know this: DeSantis won't drop out. Trump is going to have to defeat him. A nearly 40-point lead is typically a pretty good place to start. Ron DeSantis trailed fellow Republican Adam Putnam by 20 points or more at the beginning of his initial campaign for Florida governor. When he got President Trump's endorsement, which I confess I helped DeSantis secure, his polling rose faster than the price of Taylor Swift concert tickets.
What's up, everybody? Major retired Richard Ojeda here, and DeSantis won't drop out. Trump is going to have to defeat him. Filling in for Rob Schmidt on the Friday's Newsmax episode, Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz took his moment of airtime to ridicule fellow Floridian Ronnie Tiny D DeSantis. But Gaetz didn't stop there and actually took the credit for Pudding Finger winning the governor's race in Florida. Gaetz alleged that he helped DeSantis get Donald Trump's endorsement for governor. He described the DeSantis campaign prior to that as floundering and not on track. Gaetz claimed that after he had gotten involved, Ronnie DeSantis was hotter than Taylor Swift concert tickets. Gaetz may have thought that name-dropping Taylor Swift in his conversation was a good idea, but it just made him look like basically a pervert. Besides, Taylor Swift is too old for him now. She's out of high school.
Just today, President Trump called for Ron DeSantis to drop out of the race and unify the Republican team. That would certainly be something that I know a lot of Republicans would appreciate, a unified team. Now, I know Governor DeSantis very well, having served as his chairman of the transition when he became governor of Florida. He's a spirited competitor, very bright, and will likely be the last person to fully come to grips with the fundamentals of this 2024 primary.
Gaetz called for a unified Republican ticket and suggested that DeSantis drop out of the race since the tangerine tyrant is so far ahead of him in the polls. The DeSantis campaign has been plagued by a failure to launch and is reportedly low on cash and short on support. Matt Gaetz joins other far-right wing jackaloons in calling for DeSantis to step aside and let Donald Trump coast to victory. The only problem is that Ron DeSantis has a big ego, and it's unlikely that he'll ever cave into surrendering the demands of Gaetz and others. In Tiny D's mind, this is the time to shine, and he'll be damned if the orange chicken is going to stand in his way.
In his book, DeSantis claims that it was really his debate performances that fueled his meteoric rise. I coached DeSantis for all of those debates. And you know what was the principal point we sought to emphasize? That DeSantis could be trusted to back Trump, and the other guy couldn't.
Despite previously being friends with Ron DeSantis, Gaetz has consistently thrown shade on him because of his decision to challenge Donald Trump for the presidential nomination. Gaetz is one of Trump's puppets and put on a show whenever Donald Trump pulls his strings, and DeSantis is an easy target right now. He still hasn't recovered from his disastrous presidential launch party with Elon Musk and is looked on as an incompetent buffoon. You would think that with all of Elon's money, they could have shielded DeSantis from looking like a fool, but no such luck. With all of Donald Trump's legal problems and his impending loss of freedom, clowns like Matt Gaetz want to prop up the orange loser at all costs. The Republicans are always bellyaching about a double standard of justice, but they are the ones who live by do as I say, not as I do mentality. I mean, come on, Lauren Boebert and Marcia Trainwreck Green are not role models for family values, and Matt Gaetz is a pervert. The only reason that Donald Trump is running for the presidency is because he thinks that if he wins, he will be able to escape accountability for his numerous felonies and treasonous crimes. Donald Trump does not care about running for the good of the country. He only wants the office to punish everyone that's held him accountable and who has ever stood in his way. Matt Gaetz, Rudy Giuliani, Steve Bannon, and Trump are all working together to cheat the system, and if by some fluke Donald Trump wins, we will have lost our democracy to the highest bidder. All of these clowns are loyal to money, not to the people who blindly support them. They will do and say anything it takes to get back into power. They will step on anybody and have no loyalty to anything but money. This is what Matt Gaetz is standing up for. He's not doing anything heroic. He's a bought and paid for little leech that's attached to Donald Trump's backside. Matt Gaetz is a talking head. He's bought and paid for by dirty money, and his efforts in the legislature reflect who he's working for. Follow the money. None of Donald Trump's support is out of loyalty to him. It's all out of attempts to sell books and make a quick buck peddling Donald's lies. Lies and cheating are par for the course in Trump's world. His enablers allow him to be the monster that he is. Matt Gaetz is a peddler of lies and a pathetic excuse for a lawmaker, and that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.